Hello and welcome back everybody, I am one proud Bavarian and we are Sultan Matteo of Selanik. And this may very well be the greatest chance that I've ever had to have one of the most ideal characters for a situation, you know. He is shrewd, he's a decent fighter, he's agile on his feet, so he definitely wants to lead in wars, especially to emulate the legends, you know, not of Sultan Beytas, but of Buland, the Ogre's Marauder. Other than that, he's also cruel and envious, and that will, I think, come into play in his rivalry with Malik Irving of Selanik. But before we go into our own story, let's take a look at Lietuva, because this is actually one of the most surprising developments. I mean, it is already pretty cool that we still have this Manichaean horde over here. We have a lot of Tengri going on. We even got some Sunni down here. What happened here? Nothing. They're just still the very same. Actually, they're not the very same. The Uishun conquered the Mogud. Wait a minute, that's interesting. Do I remember these? Because I don't... Yeah, no, this is a new clan, interesting. A new clan that sprung up, I guess, when the Moguds were released by us, and now the Moguds are being beaten up by them. And who are you? The Kakani Khan look. A bit spreading to the west, but not enough to really threaten anybody over here. And of course, my voice broke there, oh my goodness. And of course, the most relevant event of all, Romuva might be able to reform in this episode. So what we have here is essentially a Romuva that is up to 41.5%. They hold 4 holy sites, the 5th one being up here. The 4th one is down here and is in the hands of a Slavic priest, so not quite there to give them the full amount of moral authority. But they are so close. If Didysis Kunigaikstis, oh my goodness, Kunigaikstis Joringis, son of Velnius of Lietuva, actually does this. The Polymnitis, I think they've held it consistently as well. The Polymnitis dynasty will be the greatest of all. Yeah, it was them. They actually did it. And let me just go back a bit. What did they start out? Okay, they did start as a duke. But look at this. They started out as merely this, and they've done so much. But let us not just look at them. Let us look at our own future, and our own future is coming, let me tell you. Let's hold our royal coronation. I already rule the Sultan League of Selanik, but receiving an official Mardite coronation will legitimize my standing to my vassals. Now is the time to begin planning what is sure to be a lavish ceremony, attended by all. The invitations are sent. Let's do it. What are our plans with the Sultan? Well, I mean, he obviously wants to emulate, you know, his great ancestor. And I don't even think he understands the dynamics. I think he wholeheartedly believes that his ancestor is the Mahdi. Doesn't, you know, really question too much in that regard. He just takes it on the nose. Sultana Ayasun of Selanik is pregnant. Manichaean. I think I'm gonna... She can get whatever she wants to. Didn't turn out gluttonous. Worked out. Right. Classic text, we've seen this before. I have never been more proud. Do we even... What are... Pride, we did have crown jewels, and we need to wear the Jian at this point. With the skull trophy and everything. I think we're gonna go to Smith for starters here today. Become a Muslim poet. Oh, we're smart enough to do that. Age is greater equal to 20. One of these must be true. Diplomacy. Could we do that? Ah, we're so far away on diplomatic level here. Could we, is there a society that could teach us diplomacy? Man, these Muslim societies are very, very boring. I will admit, you know, it could be better in that choice, I think. With the coronation, alright. Atabeglik of Rashka. Excuse me? You would deny coming here? Why would you do that? Karatai. Alright. We gain some prestige here. I will, however, invite a court smith. And we will build a big old armor. As if he's drinking one... oh god enough, I swear to god, okay. let's read properly. As if his drinking weren't bad enough, Atabek Toktamishov Üsküp managed to make quite the spectacle of himself at the coronation feast, dancing on tables and carrying on until finally he vomited on the floor in front of everyone. Amazing. As the coronation feast continues, you find yourself frequently in the company of Khan Sagai. Who invited this dude? Who invited a Manichaean? I don't think that he would attend. This is a weird friendship. I will be real with you. Like, roleplay wise, a very, one of the weirdest friendships, probably. The Manichaeans have been historical enemies of our rule here, and especially of the rule of Bulent the Ogre's Marauder. The coronation feast finally draws to a close, with Sultan Matteo giving a speech to those gathered that is barely heard over the roarous cheering. Long live the Sultan, long live the Sultan. I suppose that you could argue maybe he's going to be a different Sultan, and maybe the Manichaean horse leader, even though it is quite weird that he even still came, maybe he supports the entire idea of the Sultan here turning it around. Then again, I mean, this clearly explains why he came from a game mechanic point of view. I entirely get that. Interesting. I mean, I guess we can treat it maybe as a slight nudge into the direction of the Manichaeans. But for the moment, nothing changes. My Marshal Baitas has told me about a remarkable armorsmith residing in Ustrumka. That is even a remarkable character. Alright, come over here, Baitas. Let's talk. I'm in need of protection. Make me a strong and sturdy set of armor. Absolutely. Craft me the best you have. Hear me out. We need this. Let's pillage the Byzantines yet again. Oh, and we have a son. Aytekin Mateoglu. What a name. Ah, Mateoglu. I guess it's a double O, and you have to separate the noise there. Aytekin. I think I'm not Shahan Shah. I could literally name him Shahan Shah. Nah, I'm gonna name him Bulent because I do think that he idolizes Bulent. Good news, my Sultan. Tekin said excitedly. The armorsmith. Right, let's spend the money. You gotta spend the money if you want to make money. That's what they say, and I do believe this to be the truth. Can we have more retinue? No, okay, fair enough. Just wondering. And you know what? I think he would like to plunder this himself. I was struck with nervous excitement. Right. Looks wonderful. I'm gonna name this champion, because it will stay in our family. It's a quality 3 armor. Beautiful. The best you can have as a king. And we did get it. Atabek Saltuk of Yanya. What did you do? Oh, he already ended. Right. Sorry. Took me a while to realize that he already ended his plot. You would like to marry my half-sister. I honestly don't think so. I think my half-sister... I think it's fine if it goes to an internal vassal. Like, it doesn't give us much of a benefit, but it at least makes it so that we are in a position where, you know, we're strengthening the relationship with our realm. Sure. Yeah, I can see that as an argument. I like none of these. I think we're just gonna take the best option here, I feel, with Altania. Sorry, mate. Let's take them all down here. Sultan Matteo of... Ooh, look at our nice helmet. This is a good image. Bosnia has returned to us. Of course, we do not desire Bosnia. A lot of these have returned. It's good, I guess, for the rulership, because it makes it easier to rule. The people will actually like us, and they will remain liking us, but I don't know, man. Why does it say this in this really weird angle? Oh, because I had right, I had the title selected, of course. There you go. What I have in mind for Matteo is indeed a big future. I don't think he's like, you know, the one that thinks everything through. I do think he's one of the people that may take a risk that is larger than what other characters would take. So he doesn't necessarily care for, you know, restrictions in terms of, hey, how are we doing in terms of ooh, honest or deceitful? What are the stories about Bulan? They must be about deceit, yes. Lie and don't hurt anyone. There you go. We are now a deceitful man. It's a bit weird that it gives us, you know, a -2 in diplomacy. Like, I get it to balance it, but I mean, at the same time, would it really give us a -2 in diplomacy? I'm pleased to hear that after a period of peace, right, Ceres is prospering. I think he's gonna take some risks in his life, and those risks, ooh, will without a doubt lead to some weird situations, maybe some losses. Malika texture of Selanik, yes. Can't stop thinking of all those prisoners in my dungeon. I think he, maybe. I can see it, yeah. Guards, oil up the wreck. Tortured. Money continues to flow through the trade post in Nada, but your relationship with the merchant family that owns it has soured. Nada, you say? Jesus, look at how rich. We're easily in one of the richest parts of the world that already recovered. It's interesting to see. So that has been Venezia, yeah? Yeah. Of course it's Venezia. Assemble the mob, absolutely. And I will burn it nonetheless. Siege of Dubrovnik. Oh, would you look at that? My wife is pregnant. Interesting, he has improved. Very nice. This war, this opportunity to prove my mettle in combat has opened my eyes to my true potential as a warrior. Let's improve here. And just look at how he teared them apart. I mean, we have a clear supremacy of about 3-1 or sometimes 4-1 even here. But, you know, even then, that's quite nice. This pregnancy has made my wife Isa much more talkative and cheerful than usual. She never misses the chance to eat with anybody within earshot. Chat with... What am I reading today? Unfortunately, most scholars agree that a pregnant woman should spend as much time as possible resting in a dark room, right? Rest in a dark room. You know, sometimes there are episodes where I feel like my IQ is on a normal level, and then sometimes it like drops down to 70, and I can't read, I can't speak, and I'm just fully out of the window. But I'll catch myself here while falling down, believe me. I've learned many lessons, and we're improving. Beautiful. Just what I had in mind. And as we are in the north now, let's just keep plundering the north then. Wait, I want to actually take a look here. Are you related to the dude that we are married to? He totally is. He's the sister, or he's the brother of our wife. And we just defeated her. We just defeated him. Does that mean that... I wish there was like, you know, if we had modifiers for that, how amazing would that game be? Defeated my brother in battle, and then depending on how they feel about their brother, it could have an influence on how they feel about us. Right, so we definitely want to go with rough terrain expert here, mostly because almost everything here is rough terrain. So there's not really room to escape in this scenario. Let's take it. We are growing as a fighter, without a doubt. Growing very much so. Oh, they're actually gathering their army, huh? I've learned that Atobek Tamri Vermis attempted to speak on my behalf at the faction meeting in Podrinia. God damn it. Let's observe Ramadan and let's actually go home for that. The holy month of Ramadan is upon us, and all faithful Muslims, save the infirm and those on a journey, must observe the fast during daylight hours. The son was born, yet another son. I'm going to name him after my father, yeah, sure, bite us. He's only the second in command, but he has a lovely voice, apparently. It's still... Oh! How does a 0-year-old... But don't worry about it. They just have to unveil it, reveal these kind of things at birth. We might even not go... I mean, no, the court tutor educates everybody in struggles, so don't worry about it. Ramadan, the Prophet, may Allah honor him and grant him peace, teaches the importance of charity and good deeds, especially during the holy month of Ramadan. There are many poor in Selanik who could be helped if you parted with some of your treasury. Ah, god damn it. The end of Ramadan approaches, and that means the holiday of Eid ul-Fitr is upon us. The preparations for the planned feast to celebrate this or have already been made, and now the time has come to invite. Right. Today is a strange reading day. I will give a gift to all of them, but with the hopes that Sultana Isa of Selanik will finally give me a child. What's the problem here? And how come that it just dropped out of existence, huh? Like there was no consistent line there. Yeah, alright, we inherited twice. No, we created it here, but we inherited once after Kutalmish sadly died. I'm gonna give it to everyone. You deserve that. Don't worry about it, alright. The real question here is there an opportunity for us to properly... Yeah, there's not really an opportunity to spend our money on anything else, so let me just throw it into this stuff here. And I think I would love to go with... what's the requirement here? Improved keeps. Can I research that real quick? I absolutely cannot. What I didn't even put anybody on. You definitely want to research technology once you're a king. Whenever you are on the king level, try to research a technology level. I mean, I kind of want to proselytize with this guy. So let's just do that. But technology, really, really important to get into as soon as you're a king. Didn't do it quick enough, my bad. Back home. Thank you. Alright, wonderful. Now I was just thinking, right? We could go... theoretically. I mean, we could wait for this, but like you need 1k piety, and we haven't gone to war at all yet. We're already 18. I suppose we could also go to war against you. And I don't necessarily see why not. You know, like getting a smooth border here would be beautiful. I'm a big fan of that. We don't have anything to do with him, so like he's not related to anybody. He's not in a relationship with anybody. So I think we may declare war against the Pechenegs here for a conquest. Does a conquest cost us some... Yeah, it costs us 50 piety. Jesus. 50 piety for one province. What a shame of a claim there. Oh. That's a huge Catholic uprising. This is undoubtedly due to a recent holy war. What a non-law explanation. Amazing. Alright, they are uniting and they are assaulting. These animals are destroying our realm pretty much. I mean... These provinces up here are terrible. Yeah, we will easily defeat them though. I have learned that Vali Emir Batuan spoke as support for me. Thank you so much, my man. And look at them get the troops, but they don't even need to. Let's go. Focus on cavalry. I mean, you have to focus on cavalry, don't you? And we've become a skilled fighter. Beautiful. I will immediately execute this man. He may not live. Oh my goodness, it took a while to... He was crucified. Damn. I was like, that was a lot of hex for one cutting, but it wasn't even a chopping, it was a crucifixion. They just nailed him to the cross. To, I guess, to give him a similar reality than his master. I was thinking, maybe we want to go for a de jure war instead, but you know what? I think we want to go for a war here against Pechenegs, against the Pechenegs. And we're going to go for Torno, of course. It will cost us some piety, but all in all, I think we will be okay. And having become a skilled fighter, I mean, his dream of becoming an emperor might even be realistic, you know. It might even be realistic. I'm going to go for it. He's, you know, he's a person. He wants to overcome the past, and honestly, he might as well. It seems quite likely that it actually occurs. Let's take Torno. I'm not even going to raise anybody. Oh. Right, there's nothing to take in Torno, of course. Take them all down, boys. Release all prisoners. You are not by any chance related to somebody relevant, right? Doesn't look like it. actually. No, they got nothing to do with that. Ooh, and Lietuva singing. Oh my goodness. Was Krim already this big? At all points, I mean. What the holy size of you? Ooh, we could theoretically, I suppose, although it's a bit harder for him. Where's the 5th holy site? I can't tell. Oh, it's down here. I don't think he's going to reform that. Take everyone we found prisoner? Absolutely. Always take everyone prisoner. It's a necessity these days. Take them out. Clap them all. Oh, there's multiple holdings. Who could have known? Alright. I think we are going to go with an invasion here. I also think that he may... You know, there is legitimacy in declaring yourself king of multiple lands. And I'm just wondering right here. What do we need? Alright, you know what? I'm gonna... The original goal was Bulgaristan. What is the king of Dubrovnik? Is that titular? No, it's not even titular. It's an actual title that I can create. Jesus, that's ridiculous. And then Dukia, that is titular, however. I think I'm going to create a titular title so that we don't have to bother. Oh, right, the piety cost, of course. Of course, you know what? No. We need the piety. I'm sorry to say, we just actually need the piety. Oh, we don't have anybody on the flank, but that is fine. Yeah, Jesus, they got wiped. I need the piety is the thing, because we need the piety for the invasion. The invasion is more important than founding an empire. I mean, you know, we will need to... definitely we need the invasion before we should declare ourselves an empire, I think. If you don't even hold Constantinople, what are you even doing? We'll do nothing for now. There you go, we're done. And he has shown his prowess. I mean, he has succeeded here on his own terms. And what is this? Port of something something. There is a tribe here now, and I will pay to have it done so that there's no nomad agitation anymore. What's the requirement anymore? Unless there's a city or a castle. And we could just build a new one then again. Let's build a castle here. I don't like that this is still... Oh, maybe it's just... There you go. Right. And Dubrovnik, the ANCAPs have elected a new one. Let's go with Üsküp. Wrong holding type, right. Let me just hand out the province as a whole. Ah, you're too old. It's just going to fall back to me. You will get Torno. There you go. Alright, beautiful. Now let's go on and return to plundering here. The question that I have is... Oh. Jesus. Good conquest, but I don't like you blobbing too far. Come on, man. You gotta find a prominence. The question is, how far should we go? I was thinking, right? In an invasion, we take this. And then we take... It's like, you know, like this... Take the coast, because then we are connected to the Fatimids, which opens us up to a lot of fun that we could have. And you're facing yet another rebellion, but that doesn't look like an independence one. Overthrow the liege, right, and conquest of Ishbilia. I was thinking we take it like this, we remove them and essentially leave them the area that Rum had at the start of Rum. I thought that was quite poetic. And then we take the coast here. But we'll have to see about that. You know, I don't want to blob too much because the invasion CB is always a bit overpowered in any gameplay related situation. So I don't really want to stretch it out too much, but I could see an interesting border here. Oh, and yeah, they're doing the same thing where they're reflipping it all the time. The AI seems to have an issue there, at least to a certain degree. Could establish a tributary state up here as well. I promise to arrange it. Irving, you want a title, huh? I'm gonna tell you you're not ready. Gain a title. I mean, we despise him. He's a very, like, normal person. He's frail. That's too bad for him, really. But you know what I'm gonna do? Is he all ready? Could duel him. I mean, that would end the story of one of our characters here, because we would surely defeat him. You know what? I'm gonna send you off. I never want to see you at court again. Never want to see you again. Can he have his own mercenary company? Maybe he will find luck elsewhere in the world. Surely he will not be able to find it here. The world is dangerous indeed. Who's trying to murder me here? Nobody. Nobody by the looks of it. Tono is seeing the construction of a castle. Ayasun is pregnant. Good. That sounds very decent. I don't want to blob too far in the north, I'll be honest with you. I don't like blobbing over there. Maybe we could like go around to the Crimean Peninsula. That is a route that all of the empires around this area have really taken. Even the old Greeks had colonies up there with the Bosporan Kingdom, as seen in Imperator, by the way. So I was thinking maybe it's actually not that bad an idea. Also, I said, oh, we must have built this. Yes. I hereby grant you the Icta of Slazilea. Slazialea. What a name. Alright, there you go. You're not even Icta yet. Ooh, would I buy her something nice? Sultana Ayasun has given us our son. That is quite nice, I suppose. Sure, I'll buy her something. What do I get? Nothing. He got wounded. Poor, poor lady. Oh, and the Byzantines are actually slowly gathering a force here. Zobuk, another son of Ayasun, thank you so much. I don't think we had a Zobuk. Let me just quickly take a look here, because we did have Inal. Let's take Inal as name here. I don't even, now that I look at it, I don't think they can suggest Inal. Artuk. Random ancestor, that's what I want to see. Inal, there you go. Never forget, it was quite uneventful, but our story here also started with Inal. Inal Chelbioroglu was what everything started with here. The new Valley Emir, that's okay. Wait, he just usurped the title, but I literally handed it out to you. Why did you usurp that? Weird. Irving by Tosoglu as Shelby proposes that we send more troops, making them a bigger... You know what? Sure. I will support you because that is, you know, what I have to do, but... Hey, straight up. Atabek Bayezid. He's not on the council, so if we do give him a favor, he's probably going to use it to get on the council, which is perfectly fine with me at the end of the day. Siege of Salimbria, okay. So far, so good. We're doing perfectly fine here. How many troops he got? 3k, Jesus. What has happened to you? Ah, my half-brother approached me. I mean, I'm not going to take his advice. I'm not going to take his advice. Fuck off, brother. I'm also a raider now, in the tradition of our people. We are sitting at 533. And what I would be interested in, actually, is let's take a look at our mosques here. That's not even... Don't worry about it. I want piety to liege if we can. We need church infrastructure. We can't really get church infrastructure. Not that easily, anyway. Will we change any of our crown lords here? Maybe title revocation would be a decent idea. But then again, who would we be revoking it from, really? Tax-oriented? Not really. I think I'm gonna not influence anybody. I like sometimes having random votes. And I'm just gonna try to get the burger obligations to be a bit lower here. Let's take a look at how they vote. We see that here, I believe. We have one backer, but that is me, myself. And we're named the Cruel. Come on, man. I mean, we are cruel, I suppose. And they probably hear the stories about our dungeon. I suspect that they will not do anything. I suspect they're just not going to vote on it at all. One voted against it. I don't know who that was. Atabek Inal of Dobruja. Yeah, not our biggest fan anyway, was he? The assassins spread to Syria. Hassan the Gracious. Oh, there they are. It did spread to Syria, actually, yeah. Damn. Where are the Crusades anyway? You know what? I never thought about it. But where the hell are the Crusades? We have a fairly strong Christianity, and you're telling me that they're not having Crusades in 1099. Really? Holy shit, I think the next episode is straight up going to be an explosion of events, because we are very likely to see an actual crusade. We are extraordinarily likely. I'm going to take my own troops out here. We're extraordinarily likely to see an invasion of our side, and we are brilliant strategists. We have just become better by virtue of actually, you know, testing our metal here. And they were just like, nope, that's too many troops. I'm out of here. Alright, no, listen. We have to go back. We have to defeat these. Damn, but this is incredibly interesting. I hope that the crusade is not going to go against us. I could see it, and I honestly feel like if we have ever been prepared to fend off a crusade, I think this is it. I don't think we've ever been more prepared than, you know, this. But at the end of the day, I don't know. And let me even check something out. You know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. Zerbistan. And you know what? I'm actually going to name Bulgaristan the third kingdom. It just cost me so much piety. But now we can form a new empire. And we shall be known as Shahanshah Matteo the Cruel of the Sultanate of... yeah, that's a question, right? What do we call it here? Selanik? Would we call it... I don't know. Chelbiela? As our dynasty name, right? Chelbiela? Is that what we would do here? Would we call it maybe... Bulendla? No, I don't think so. I'm gonna correct me here, right? But like, I've seen it in the past with other Turkish people. Oh, Chilbu, excuse me, are you trying to steal my name? That's just rude. Shahanshah, huh? I can't really take any, because I know the language, obviously, right? So I'm thinking, what term would we be using here? 23 declared himself emperor. I just had to do it, right? At some point, you just have to do it. I'm gonna name this Chelbiela for the moment. Meaning, you know, realm of the Chelbies. Something like that, anyway. Correct me, please. If anybody knows the correct way to do it, please do correct me in the comments so that I can fix it. This is just, you know, I want to tell you what I want to go for here. Become emperor. We've done it. I fulfilled our ambition. Founding of an empire. The realm stretches from horizon to horizon. The armies you command have crushed all foes. The prosperity of your people is undeniable. Clearly, you are favored by Allah, and it seems fitting and just that you should be called Shah and Shah of Shelbiela and exalted above the rulers. There will surely be challenges ahead, but under your leadership, the Turkmen people enter a new age. Whether that age is one of glory or ultimate destruction will be determined by your guiding hand. It sure will be. It sure will be. Now, what shall we do here? Increase size of domain. I think we're fine with that, actually. Groom your heir. I was more thinking about going to war. Although, we could find excellent vessels. 20, 24, 16. Not good enough. 13. Not good enough. Yeah, not good enough. I don't think we're going to worry about that. We're going to worry about winning a war. Winning a holy war, even. Well, let me tell you, the lack of piety is a bit concerning because it's just going to take us so many more years. Maybe we're not going to declare an invasion at all. Maybe, first of all, let's start Ramadan, of course. But my thought is maybe we're just going to declare a normal holy war against the Byzantines, and we're going to go for... And we can't declare it right now because we don't have the 200 piety. 300 actually, but don't worry about it. I was thinking maybe we go for Helados, so that we then hold Athens, you know, and this island, Euboea. I think we should do that. I think we shouldn't even count on an invasion. We're fine without an invasion. Alright, I'm going to set all of our prisoners free, sure. And they've rejected it, of course they have. Send out the invitations. Eid Mubarak, there you go. Mubarak. Let's... Wait a minute. Where's my other wife? Where did my other wife go? Was murdered? And I was not informed? What do you mean he's not? It's tyrannical. Oh my god. Oh man. Alright, Ramadan has ended. I'm thinking, tell me in the comments, should we go for an invasion? Should we just go for holy wars? That's the thing. He's one of the greatest, and he clearly is, you know, a bit vain as well, I think, as a character. He doesn't have the trait, but I do think he's a bit vain. spends a lot of money on things. Declaring himself emperor, that wasn't necessary, necessarily at any point. But he still did it. He did it because he could, and he did. You just see independence there. We should be able to turn like a decent amount of kingdoms even into our empire. But what I think is, we should totally get some more wives. Hello, wife. Zera has been born. Who else? Nobody that is actually a Madite? No, here they are. Bundes. And then what about... Anybody interesting here? Zealous people, not really the kind of choice. Sure, Princess of Yemen. So I suppose that is Yemen. At least from the look of it. Oh, did I just see that? That's disgusting. Why is this his own... Wait a minute, what's your empire? Empire of Mizra. It's a titular empire, and it's only the king of Jerusalem. Ew, what the hell? Why would you do that? That is actually what they held, but that makes no sense. Mizra is the term for the Egyptian empire. You know what? I don't want to talk about it. Don't worry about that. Yikes, that's disgusting. That's incredibly disgusting. Right, Marajil bint Bakr. Interesting stuff here. Yeah, he's the king of the Najai Sultanate, so that's Yemen. And they are blobbing all over the place. Jesus, congratulations. I'll be honest with you. That's a good job. Job well done. Who are you? A peasant revolt. I'm not going to get involved in that, of course. We have some idle council members, it says. Here you are. Oh, Layla Kanin. She's amazing. She's actually amazing. And I'm going to keep the kingdom titles around as well, because that's not really going to go against us in any way. Being a triple king when you have the open succession doesn't mean anything. Oh, but look at you. The Caliph will come, huh? What are you coming for? Holy War for Yanya. In the next episode, we have to withstand our enemies. It's fun that the eye actually recognizes that there is a threat coming from the Madite Empire over here. And while we do not claim, we do not name ourselves, rather, Caliph, which I wish we would, but we name ourselves Shahanshah, he knows we're a threat now, and he's coming. He has 20k troops. Let's take a look. This could be tough. I will see you in the next episode. Later, alligator.